Hey there, it's BoardGameDave. Today we're going to do something a little bit different than usual. So Jenna Rose over at the Board Game Garden started this wonderful thing called the Tabletop Tag, in which she asked and answered 20 questions for board game content creators, and I thought that was like the most fantastic idea. I know that for me personally, I watch a lot of board game YouTubers and I would love to know more about their background and how they got into the hobby and stuff like that. And with this channel growing the way that it has, with all these new subscribers and people checking out the videos, I thought it might be nice for me to tell you a little bit more about myself, and maybe I can find out more about you in the process. So I hope you find this as much fun as I know that I'm going to, and let's go ahead and start with question number one. All right, number one, name, age, and location. My name is Dave, or David. I'm 32 years old and I live in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Number two, favorite childhood board game. So we grew up playing a lot of Stratego, which I really enjoyed. I liked playing Life. I liked Monopoly as well. My grandparents had a game called Payday that I really liked. Any game that had money involved, I was really into, and I still really like economic kind of money games now as an adult. Number three, when did you really get into the board game hobby? For me, that was the beginning of 2019, so it's been about 3.5 years that I've been seriously in the board game hobby. Still pretty new, but I've learned a lot in a short time. Number four, what was the first game you purchased, and do you still own that game? So for me, literally the first game I ever purchased was Bananagrams. This was right at the beginning of 2019, and I mainly got this because my sister was talking about how she likes Scrabble and Bananagrams, and we didn't have Bananagrams in our family, so I got Bananagrams at like a Target or something. But my first board game was wrong way. Stone Age back there. Stone Age was a birthday present to myself on March 1st, 2019, and I never looked back. Stone Age has totally changed my life, but we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Number five, any other hobbies other than board games? Yes, I am a music teacher, so I love music. I'm passionate about music. I like playing music and listening to music and talking about music and going to shows to see live music, and I really enjoy playing the drums and the guitar and the piano and the violin and the viola and all those sorts of things. Besides music, I also like to be outside, and my brother has taken me on some amazing hikes and mountain climbing and things like that. I like to travel when I get the chance. I've been to Germany and England and Japan and all sorts of places, so I really enjoy traveling and music and yeah, a couple other things besides board games. Number six, what was your breakthrough game? So again, for me, this was Stone Age. This game totally changed my life, opened up my mind to what a board game could be. I had never played a game quite like this, with the worker placement and the theme and the art and stuff. It just instantly captivated me, and I knew that as soon as I played Stone Age that I wanted to play more games like this. So Stone Age absolutely was my gateway game into serious or heavier kind of Euro games. Yeah, so Stone Age, love it. Amazing, fantastic game. I'll be reviewing this game very, very, very soon, sometime in the month of June. So stay posted for that. Number seven, what's a theme that always draws you in? So this is an interesting one. For me, I love Stone Age themed games, prehistoric games, but I only have two. I love the Wild West, but I only have three kind of Western games, and I love pirates as a theme, but I only have one pirate game. So Westerns, pirates, and prehistoric are my favorite themes, but honestly, the themes that I mostly have in my collection are kind of that Euro, trading, economic, kind of Renaissance, medieval time period thing, which I think is just because that genre is so full of that kind of game. So those themes don't excite me, but I am drawn to those games. But yeah, thematically, I love pirates, I love the Wild West, and I love prehistory. Number eight, what's your favorite mechanism or mechanisms? So for me, worker placement is probably still my favorite mechanism, but beyond that, I love a good rondel, I love action selection, I love engine building and tableau building, I love card drafting and card crafting and dice placement and all sorts of mechanisms. So I do like all that stuff, but yeah, anything you find in a good Euro game, all those different blends of mechanisms, that's probably my favorite. Number nine, a mechanism that you don't like or that you aren't good at. So for me, this is absolutely social deduction games. I don't like them per se, and I'm very much not very good at those games. I'm not good at the bluffing part. I'm not good at kind of reading other people's bluffing and hints and things like that. I just do terribly with them. I never understand them very well, and I just, if someone suggests a social deduction game, it's certainly not something I do with enthusiasm and gusto, although I will play social deduction games if I am forced to. Number 10, what are the newest games in your collection and have you played them? Yes, so my 3 newest games are Marco Polo 2 in the Service of the Khan, I've got Azul Queen's Garden, and over there I've got Take 5 or 6 Nipped. And I have played all of them. This is the only one that I've only played solo so far, Marco Polo 2. So I'm very much looking forward to teaching other people this game. It's exceptional, it's a brilliant game. But yeah, 3 really, really good games that I've acquired recently. Number 11, what's your favorite player count? So for me, this is probably 2-player. I love playing games with Hannah, specifically the 2 of us. We play games that we know really well and we kind of zip through the games. And yeah, I'm finding as I get older that I kind of don't have the patience as much for really, really long games. And once you start getting to like 4 players or 5 players around a table, those games tend to get pretty long. So I would say 2 players is my favorite. I enjoy 3-player games as well if you're trying to get more people around a table, but yeah, 4 and 5, sometimes it's just a little bit too much. Number 12, what is your board game pet peeve? So I'm gonna echo Jenna's sentiments here. Probably the biggest one is when you're teaching somebody the rules and they're not paying attention or they're on their phone, and then later in the game they're like, oh wait, I didn't know you could do that, or you know, oh that's how you do that? Like, yeah, we taught it to you, but you weren't paying attention. So, and I know it's very, very hard because, you know, learning a new game, you're being bombarded with all this new information. So, you know, no fault of anybody. And sometimes it's the teacher who's not teaching it well. So whatever, but sometimes that's a small pet peeve. Number 13, what player color do you use most often? So I am always blue. I always have to be blue. And if I'm not blue for some reason, I always end up making mistakes or moving the wrong pieces and things like that. So yeah, it's a bad habit. I know I need to get away from that because I can't not be blue, but yes, when I have a chance, I play blue because it's my favorite color. Number 14, do you open and punch a game right when you get it, or do you wait until you play it for the first time? So for me, almost without exception, I immediately open up a game, punch it out, organize it so that whenever I get the opportunity, boom, it's ready to go. I've got it all set up and ready to play. So yeah, I don't hesitate. As soon as it shows up at my door, I open it, punch it out, ready to go. Number 15, do you read the rulebook or watch a how to play video? So for me, both. I start by watching several videos about the game. Usually I do that before I get a game, and then once I get it, then I read the rules and kind of make sure I know all the ins and outs. But watching some how to play videos definitely gives you a good gist of the game, but for the nuances, for the details, I definitely read the rulebook before I teach or play the game. Number 16, what's your favorite snack to eat while playing board games? For me, no contest. Number 1 is almond M&Ms. They are amazing. They're the best snack ever. I love almond M&Ms. Number 2, Oreos, although they're a little bit more messy, so you got to be careful with what games you're playing with that. Number 3, maybe some peanut M&Ms. I could go on, but almond M&Ms, number 1 go-to snack for board games. Number 17, have you ever been to a board game convention? If so, which ones? Yes, I was lucky enough to go to a board game convention, PAX Unplugged last year. It was an amazing experience, my first time ever. I made a whole video about it. You can check it out right there. But yeah, PAX Unplugged was my first and only convention. I'm looking forward to many more conventions in the future as the opportunity arises. Number 18, what's an unreleased game that you are most looking forward to? So you might know this about me already. I am so excited for Endless Winter Paleo Americans by Fantasia Games. It is going to be my number 1 game. I'm almost sure when it arrives, and it seems like I backed it forever ago, but I've been playing it on Tabletop Simulator many times, and yeah, I am beyond excited. It's an incredible game. You should check it out if you don't know much about it. I have a video for that as well, but Endless Winter Paleo Americans is going to be amazing. Number 19, what's your favorite thing about the board game hobbies? So that's a huge question. There's so much I could say about this, but probably my favorite single part is that you're present, you know, with people that you care about around a table, looking at a board, and you're not on screens, you're not on social media, and you are just, you know, immersing yourself in the theme and the strategies and the mechanisms of a game. I love that, you know, spending time with people you care about, and it gives you a reason to come together and do something, you know, in a really meaningful way. And I am so lucky that I'm with Hannah, of course, who plays board games with me and is willing to try, you know, complex games and fun games and abstract games. And that is truly such a blessing to, you know, just sit with Hannah and play a game in the evenings. That's just, I love it. It's an amazing experience. So yeah, certainly brings people together, and it's great the social interactions you can have around a board game. And yeah, I love board games. I wouldn't have it any other way. And finally, number 20, other people you would like to see do this tag. Well, let me think about it for a second. How about Dennis, the Ordinary Board Gamer, Richard from Genders Gaming, Amber from A Meeple Family, Mike from Board Games for One, Jesse from Quackalope, Alex from Board Game Co., Jeff and Jamie from Foster the Meeple, Monique and Naveen from Before You Play, just to name a few. And I would love for all of you to participate as well. I'm going to leave all the questions down in the description so you can copy and paste them into the comments. You can answer as many or as few of the questions as you like, but I would love to get to know more about you as a board gamer. And that's it for today. Jenna, thank you so much for bringing YouTube Tag back and into the board game community. Please go check out her brand new channel, Board Game Garden. I hope that you enjoyed getting to know a little bit about me. And again, I would love to get to know more about you. So tell me about yourself down in the comments. And in the meantime, have a wonderful week. Take care and happy gaming. Bye. I love engine building and tableau building. I love... What else do I love?
He doesn't have a clue what's going on. Michael, you poor sweet thing. You don't have a thought behind those eyes, do you? Sweet boy.